Hey everybody, it's Sam with Wrestling Overtime, and we're doing our Raves and Rants review for WWE NXT. And of course, tonight we're still at the Performance Center, and it's May the 6th, 2020. And of course, we've got Morrow and Beth Phoenix. And like I told you guys in our news and update segment, they're doing this actually from home, and that's why they're not cutting away, and you're actually seeing them at the announcer's booth. All I have heard about all week is how good this show is going to be and how it is must-see TV. Well, I agree on paper. It is pretty good. In reality, I think we have to wait and see. Now, they start off the show tonight hot with some video packages of the two title matches. And then they do a quick kind of preview video of Karrion Kross's TikTok, and I can't wait for his debut. But, first off, we've got to start it off with the very first match, and I can't believe they're starting off with this match. It's Johnny Gargano versus Dominik Dijakovic. Actually, I'll tell you what, I like heel Johnny Gargano, and I love the all heart and no soul graphics and message that he's portraying now. Of course, Johnny Wrestling's starting in trash talking why Dominik just takes over. Surprised me just a little bit. Dominik also surprised me with his quickness and his power. I know we saw it against Keith Lee, but Keith Lee also has that same size and power and quickness. So I guess I didn't notice it as much as I did against the smaller guy, Gargano, tonight. I hated Gargano's overselling, though. Luckily, he went on offense and didn't last long. Dominik quickly took over again. But then Miss Candice LeRae came down to distract, and she really did a good job this match, not being overly dramatic like she sometimes can be. I love Johnny Gargano playing the evil heel perfectly. Johnny has to start cheating and tries to remove the turnbuckle pad. And it comes into play later in the match as you think Dominik's getting ready to pull this match off, but no. Gargano punches Dijakovic into the cable at the ring post where he's taken off the pad and then hits his slingshot DDT that he's now calling the one final beat for the win. And no surprise there. I was expecting Johnny Gargano to get the victory. Then NXT does a flashback of last week's Matt Riddle and Timothy Thatcher's stupid game show. And like I said last week, luckily Imperium ended that garbage quickly. Then we get to see Marcel Barthel and Fabian Aichner explaining why they can't let this continue. So they're coming after the NXT Tag Team titles. Our second match of the night is an interim NXT Cruiserweight Championship Tournament match. And we've got Akira Tozawa versus Jack Gallagher. Boy, Jack Gallagher really is pale. And NXT is definitely highlighting the booking differences of each other. WWE Tozawa hasn't even been able to get any offense going. Against Lashley in the gauntlet match on Monday night, he lasted, 2 minutes. And in this one, he's dominant. He's actually shown what he can do. This match ended up being fairly quick. It was an interesting match with Tozawa finally hitting the senton for the win. And now he's 2-0 in his pool in this tournament and looks like he might actually win his pool. Then we get Xia Li versus Chelsea Green, bringing Robert Stone to stand ringside for her. This ended up being another fast match, and just as it was getting good, we get Aaliyah coming down to the ring. Well, Lee immediately goes after her, but Green's not having it, and she hits the "I'm prettier" and then pins Lee. Then we see Robert Stone help Aaliyah up, while Morrow says he may be recruiting her for his stable. Is that foreshadowing, or just a lucky guess on Morrow's part? Anyway, next up we see Velveteen Dream. He's shown lounging in, around backstage, talking about how Adam Cole's dream is now over. I gotta be honest with you, I got distracted by his hat, and so I'm not real sure what all he said. I was thinking, why is he wearing that? Why is he wearing that hat? I don't know. It does fit him, but not something that I would want anyone else to wear. Then we get Karrion Kross with Scarlett Bordeaux versus Leon Ruff. First of all, let me talk about Leon Ruff. He has had it rough. Since the COVID-19 pandemic has started, Leon Ruff has been getting a lot of TV time, but I'm just not sure that it's TV time that he really wants. He hasn't really been able to get any offense going and been able to show anything that he can do. He's kind of turned into the jobber for any WWE show, whether that be Raw, SmackDown, or NXT. But, oh my, whoever did Kross's entrance design needs a raise and a promotion immediately. And they need to be going directly to the main roster to do this for everybody. His entrance was wicked, especially with Scarlett lip-syncing his lyrics, and then Kross with those demonic eyes staring into you. Of course, this match was a squash. Karrion put on the Kross jacket, and Ruff basically just tapped immediately. I'll definitely look forward to more from Killer Kross very, very soon. And I wouldn't be surprised if Vince McMahon has taken notice of him by this in NXT. Then they show Timothy Thatcher and Matt Riddle backstage, basically agreeing to take on Imperium for the tag team championships. And then we immediately go to the match that I was interested in tonight. The NXT Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair versus Io Shirai. I have to say, I ended up being disappointed with this match. No real high hopes, and I definitely knew Shirai wasn't going to win. But I guess I just expected a lot more out of them with their reputations and everything. Shirai was definitely faster, and she's just as athletic as Charlotte. Shirai showed off hitting a fabulous Hurricane Rana on Charlotte from the top rope. Then it ended, however, when Charlotte decided to go grab a kendo stick and nail Io with it. That was so out of character for Charlotte. I didn't really know what to say or do. I know that she's used the kendo stick before on Becky and on Ronda, but that's not something that she's shown throughout the years to be her weapon of choice or anything. So it just kind of shocked me that that's what they chose to do. So what happened was Shirai actually got the win, but not the title, because titles don't change hands on disqualification. So wasn't really, a big deal. Charlotte did continue punishing Io, even going so much to pick up the steel steps. But we get Rhea Ripley back. It is about time. No one else is explaining where she's been since WrestleMania. I want to know. I wanted Morrow to let us in on the secret. Did she get her work visa fixed, or was that even a problem? Did she just need some time off? What was going on with Rhea Ripley? I really want to know. However, after Ripley ran Charlotte off, Shirai isn't happy with Ripley and started yelling at her in Japanese. And then it continued backstage. Rhea Ripley was telling everybody that she wants her rematch against Charlotte Flair, and Io attacked her. Did she not remember that Rhea Ripley just saved her from getting a beatdown? And then they ended up fighting and going outside and everything. It was crazy. Is this going to end up in a triple threat match at the next TakeOver? Is there going to even be another NXT TakeOver anytime in the near future? Who knows? Next matchup was Kushida versus Jake Atlas for the interim NXT Cruiserweight Championship tournament. And I'll be honest, I didn't really get into this match. I just wasn't interested. Kushida controlled it the whole way, just like he should have. And he picked up the win after locking Jake Atlas in an armbar, and Atlas tapped pretty quick. Then, here comes Finn Balor. He's the reason why I even started following NXT in the first place way back when. He finally is going to talk about his attack 2 weeks ago. However, I'm not sure that Finn knows who attacked him. I think that he has a kind of a clue, but I don't think he knows for sure. So he just kind of sent veiled threats that once you're in the ring with the Prince, then there's nowhere to hide. And then Balor looked directly in the camera and said he is a very patient man, and in the end, they're going to end up getting squashed. After that, we get Cameron Grimes versus Denzel DeJournette. DeJournette is just like Leon Ruff. He has been pulling double, sometimes triple duty for WWE, and I hope he gets a big paycheck for it, because he has turned into a jobber. Grimes won this one really quickly with a cave-in, and then pinned him for the win. But I guess it kind of shocked me. Grimes got on the mic after the match and ended up kind of throwing a challenge out there to Finn Balor. He talked about what he would do if he would have been the one to attack Finn Balor. And while he's talking, Finn Balor walks back out and slides into the ring and tells Grimes, well, come on, slap me, since that's what you want to do. Now, Grimes goes to leave, and we see Balor grab him, hit him with a double foot stomp, and then hit a sling blade. Grimes pretty much rolls out quickly and leaves, but Balor says there's a snake hiding in the long, tall grass back there. And the best way to kill a snake is to chop off its head. Well, Finn, I obviously agree with you, and I cannot wait to figure out who WWE Creative has decided attacked you. You're hinting that it's Karrion Kross. That would be so cool this summer to watch you guys have a program. But I don't think it's him. I don't think they're going to do Finn Balor, Karrion Kross right out of the gate. Just can't see WWE doing that. Now, Mauro then announced next week we're getting Matt Riddle and Timothy Thatcher against Imperium for the NXT tag team titles. And then we're going to get Cameron Grimes versus Finn Balor. Now, the main event is up next, and NXT champion Adam Cole is going against Velveteen Dream. Now, reading all the dirt sheets and the internet groups, you would think that this is the match, and I'm hoping it is, but I hope I'm not let down, I guess, is what I'm saying, because everybody really pumped this match up for probably the last month or so, and it's finally happening. Bobby Fish and Roderick Strong didn't come down the ramp with Adam Cole. You have to kind of wonder, where are they and when are they going to show up? Now, both Cole and Dream started off really, really quick, hitting each other, movesets going every which way, and just showing off their athleticism. However, I guess the thing that shocked me the most was that Dream didn't talk more during the match and play some mind games with Adam Cole. It was almost like he was concentrating really hard on what he was going to do, whereas Cole did talk and trash talk out of his mind. He seemed more comfortable in the ring and more at ease with not only talking, but just his moves and everything in general. And maybe that's where Velveteen Dream has been out so long. I'm not sure. But I'll tell you what, this was a very good match. But just as the tide turned in Dream's favor, we of course see Bobby Fish and Roderick Stone come out to help or watch, as they usually say. However, when they get about halfway down the ring, Dexter Lumis slithers out from under the ring to stop them in their tracks. Lumis ended up tossing Strong up in the air into the referee, knocking him down. Then Dream hit the Purple Rainmaker and covered Adam Cole. But with the referee recovering, he can't make the count, so we actually see Velveteen Dream counting 1, 2, 3, and smacking the mat. After that, though, he gets up and dives on Strong and Fish. Why on earth would you decide to dive outside the ring? Just let Lumis take the beating and you go get your title. But no, can't be that easy. We can't do the smart thing. So as he comes back into the ring, Cole hits him with a super kick and then hits him with the last shot for the win. Now, I'll tell you what, I'm calling this right now. If NXT does not screw this up, this can be one of the biggest and maybe one of the best programs of the whole entire summer. These two have chemistry, they have the athleticism, and they put on a heck of a match. But I don't know that I don't trust WWE creative not to screw this up and not to try some kind of wacky thing to shock the world and it just ruin it all. I don't know. But I am looking forward to next week. I'm looking for Finn Balor to get a beat down on Cameron Grimes. I cannot wait. Now, of course, like I always tell you guys, if you have any questions, comments, problems, or protests, then hit me up on Wrestling Overtime on Twitter or on the Facebook page. Or you guys can always write me at wrestlingovertime@gmail.com and just ask me anything, or if you disagree with something, let me know. We'll argue. That's not a problem at all. But I want to thank you guys for listening. I appreciate you guys subscribing to the podcast, and that way you make sure that you get all the latest episodes and can write me. I'm pretty excited about that. Please go over and rate and review on Podchaser. That way everybody can see it. If you rate and review on Apple Podcasts, only people with Apple phones or computers can see it. And if you do it on Podchaser, anyone can see it. But that's basically it for tonight. I will be talking to you guys soon and filling you in on everything. Talk to you later.